Peace. Part 3. The message. Just going over some of the books that I've took out of my library. I already told you we're going to be going to school, back to school. Right, but let's give all due respect to the Creator. The sun rises. Good afternoon. Assalamu alaikum. Amun. Peace. Brothers and sisters, kings and queens, gods and goddesses. This is part 3, the message. The reason why I go over strongly is because some of you already sold yourself out. And you think that you are correct, politically correct in what you do. Why don't you look at your people for once? Look at them. Now, I know we can't save everybody. Don't get me wrong. Please don't get me wrong. But you got brothers and sisters who sacrificed themselves a long time ago, who truly died for you. You know who this is. Malcolm X. Have anyone here read his autobiography? I read it twice. Different times. Watch his films. I've watched many of his films, and not his per se, but people who have done movies about him. All right, now I want to say this to you all in part 3. We can't worry about these ones who sold out themselves like the 13 nations in Africa did. Don't get it twisted. I want you to hear me clearly. All those 13 nations have not apologized. All those 13, you have probably 1 or 2, maybe 3, maximum 4. Their presidents know what they've done, their people done, their nation done over the centuries. And now they want to make it a known or apologize to the people here in America, the black melanin race here in America. But the rest of them don't give a goddamn. So you got to understand. And this is why I understand. When our melanin race people now that's in certain power or in certain places, they don't like you. I'm going to give you an example. I was parked in an area 2 weeks ago, right? And a brother came over, and I felt this vibe right away. Comes by my car, taps on it. Like if he was a police officer. So I looked at him, pulled the window down. Now his clothes is all wrinkled over. You don't even, I know you work, and we work for the FBI, the Fed building. But you looking like that? Sloppy? Okay. So now, I'm looking at him. He says, excuse me, you can't be parked here. You have to park across the street. So, I ain't got no problems. Said, thank you very much, sir. So I rolled around the corner, came back, parked my car across the street. Gods and goddesses, kings and queens, this is how you know our own fucking people are not our people. They from different nations. Like these 13 nations who sold us in Africa. I'm across the street. The brother comes out of the Fed building. And now he starts to watch me. Now I'm waiting. So I'm like saying to myself, ignore the bull crap. He want to look, puff his chest out. He doing all these things. So now I say, you know what? I'm going to give him something to look at. Put the window down. Now I'm looking at him like, what are you looking at? But see, what he had on his mind was, I can't stand this nigga. He don't have to tell me that. It was all in his aura. All in his frequency. He wanted to look for trouble. So he can look big in the eyes of his superiors. He was looking to cause a problem. You have black people who's like that. Now I'm across the street. I'm not on none of your part where you claim you can't be on this side of the street to go across the street. See, this is why I say we got to deal with our peoples first before you leapfrog other way. You got to deal with them. You understand me? They're not part of you. They ain't prepared to die for you. See, Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey, W.E. Du Bois, they was on another level for our peoples. Everybody is not who they say they are. So many of our people will sell you down the river. And they don't need no dollar bill to do it. It's just cause it's in their DNA. They are part of one of those 13 nations back in history who sold their own peoples. And helped the white colonists that came over looking for slaves. Because you just can't come in another country and take people without causing a war. You just can't do that. You're going to ask for war. W.D. Du Bois. He was infiltrating. He was infiltrated. These are people who die for real. For your peoples to be, they love who they was. That's why their life was shortened. You understand? You got to understand that. And some of you people, it's like it goes in one ear, and then you get dumb. You become dumbfounded, and then, you walk around this motherfucker like you're a goddamn zombie. And you want to go, oh, remind me in this ear. You worse than the coons. Because you truly believe the way the world is. You see. But if you understand the way the world is, it's really called equal opportunity. But for who? Who's the equal opportunity for? You can make a living as long as you're obeying the rules. As long as you obeying the rules. As long as you go along with us. And you ain't got nothing to worry about. You must go against them. Because they're not going with, we love you all. We love you all here in America. This is the bullshit they using. Now I'm using foul language. And the reason why I'm using foul language, to fit with my emotions of what I am saying, to get the energy, the flow. So if my foul language offends you, excuse me, but grow up. Stop pretending going forward. This is the bullshit they use. Huh? You ain't making the money you supposed to be making at your job. You don't ask questions how they making more money than you, and you work harder than them. Well, I'm just satisfied. You think because they give a handful, if the melanin race people, they give a handful of money? Let's go this route. Marcus Garvey, for anyone who don't know what he look like. This is Marcus Garvey. Marcus Garvey, pioneer. He's a pioneer, right? Marcus Garvey is one of the greats. This brother, revolutioned, and began transform, and he had owned stock. He owned property. He owned things. Why did you just couldn't leave him alone? Because he was building a nation with his people. He wasn't telling his people to be violent or anything like that. He was telling them to have an identity. Excuse me. He was telling them to believe in where you come from and know your heritage, know your culture, know your history. Why you had to kill this man? Because you were showing people, his own people, to stand up and believe in themselves. What's wrong with that? Here in America, what's wrong with believing in yourself and having your own so your family can eat and live prosperous? They imported them back to Jamaica. Took everything away from them. Took all these things away. Why is this necessary? You know we infiltrate him, right? They used the brother. They used another brother. This ain't nothing new. This is what they do. So you got to deal with all these avenues of attacking. All these avenues of attacks. That's why so many of our people is crossing over. They don't want to believe in their blackness. They don't want to believe in their heritage. They don't believe in their culture no more. They don't believe nothing. Because they constantly putting pressure. They constantly putting pressure for you to forget who the fuck you is. That's what they do. The black man and the black woman, they ain't together no more. We fighting for that. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me. The destruction of the black civilization. Tell me I'm lying. We're gone. There's only a few of us that's trying to come back. But what the fuck you gonna do to keep it alive? Look what they try to do to Michael Jackson. They quickly try to get this white boy to play Michael like if he was never black. This is part 3. Know who you are. And we'll deal with everybody else. Deal with our own people first. Recognize the foolishness of those who don't belong, but they're part of the 13 nations, is in their DNA. This is Chocolate AMUN-RA. Peace.